आपण पाहत आहात EDTV, बातमी अशी जिच्यावर तुम्ही ठेवणार विश्वास.
सामान्य माणसांच्या नजरेत भारतीय प्रशासन सेवेतील म्हणजेच IAS अधिकाऱ्यांविषयी मान सन्मान आणि आदरयुक्त भीती असते. भल्या भल्यांची अशा अधिकाऱ्यांसोबत बोलताना भांबेरी उडते. परंतु किड्स कॅम्ब्रिजच्या आराध्या हरिओम थोरात आणि आर्या विजयेंद्र पवार या दोन विद्यार्थिनींची हिंमत तर बघा. त्यांनी थेट जिल्हा परिषदेच्या मुख्य कार्यकारी अधिकारी श्रीमती PM मिन्नू यांचीच मुलाखत घेतली. निरामय हॉस्पिटल जालना येथे कार्डियाक आरोग्य तपासणी फक्त 3,950 रुपयांमध्ये.
Good evening. My name is Aradhya Hariom Thorat.
And my name is Adipar.
We are from 6th grade, Kids Cambridge School, and this is our XXT activity that involves a questionnaire.
Okay.
So, first question is, what are your main responsibilities in Nagar Parishad?
This is Jilla Parishad. This is not Nagar Parishad.
Jilla Parishad.
So, Nagar Parishad, the chief officer, is a separate post, and right now the district collector is having the post of Nagar Parishad. Okay, so you can meet madam for more details. So in Jilla Parishad, I have basically 3 responsibilities. Number 1 is basic service delivery to people that requires, water supply, school education, providing health facility, sanitation, street lighting. These are the prime basic service delivery, number 1. Number 2 is financial management. There are so many funds related to an office. So managing that fund. अभी देख रही थी किसको देना है, किसको नहीं देना है. So those are the second responsibility. And third responsibility is planning. So planning involves short-term planning and long-term planning. So in the next 1 year, in this current financial year, what all we have to do, and in the long run, what we have to do for rural development. These are my responsibilities.
So, your second question is, what development is currently happening in our city?
Oh my God, this is exclusive. I think this is for a city. So I actually look after the rural development. So I don't have the jurisdiction over the city. But on behalf of madam, I can tell you that in city right now, madam is focused on reducing pollution, because Jalna has huge air pollution because it has a lot of industries, and that is the number 1 priority. Number 2 is landscaping of the city. You might have seen our to construct good green pathways. So divider ka beautification karna, creating green lines, line of trees across 2 rows, and so beautification of Moti Talao. So that kind of development is happening. And in third way, madam is also focused on security. Putting CCTVs across the city areas, so that we can track people if there is offences committed, so we can track people in the correct way. And another thing is pollution, beautification, security, providing basic services to people, like I said, correct time pe kachra uthana, waste removal, it's a top priority. And in a long term planning phase, madam is collector madam is, because madam is holding the charge of corporation. So she is planning to revive the river Kundalika, because Kundalika river is the lifeline of our city. So madam is planning to revamp the river also. So Kundalika Seema river rejuvenation project is also happening. These are the small projects I am aware of.
So, your third question is, how does Parishad decide which problems to solve first?
I think perhaps with respect to service delivery, okay, that is the first thing people require, basic services. Basic services like water supply, electricity supply, living spaces bolte hai isko, to make our spaces more free of waste, congestion, traffic regulation. That will be the first, basic service delivery will be the first component. So basic service delivery has minimum 15 component inside it. So 15 component is like I told you, first one is providing street light. That is one main component. Second will be removal of waste, sanitation. So inside sanitation also there is solid waste management, liquid waste management, there is construction waste management, there is industry waste management. So there are so many things inside it also. So for any Nagar Parishad, for any city, the primary focus of administration will be proper service delivery component.
So your fifth question is, what challenges does Jilla Parishad face in completing development work?
There are three major challenges. Number one, there is always a delay in giving works. For example, so I don't know whether you know, there is a concept of financial year. So the financial year starts from April month of a year and it ends in the March month. So most of the time, in the initial 6 to 7 months, let's say April, May, June, July, August, September, we will be collecting a lot of requests from people. Let's say one school need a new classroom. So Jalna has 778 Gram Panchayat. So we will be collecting data, which all Gram Panchayat require classrooms, which all school require classrooms. There are over 4,000 schools in Jalna. So we will be collecting data, compiling data. So only after October, November months, we will be start finalizing the data. So it takes time. So not giving works at time is a very big challenge. And number two, once we finalize the work, we give this to some agency. They have a delay in starting their work because they will be also in their own way. Let's say which cement to be used, which steel to be used. So that will also take a little bit of time. So contractual delay is another thing. Now, sometimes most of the time, there is an issue in the very ground level where the project is being implemented also. Let's say a Gram Panchayat level. So there will be two different divisions of people. One will be the ruling party, then other will be the other party. So they will be having a little bit issue with each other. Some will say in this school, this classroom should be in the left hand side. Some people will say it should be in the right hand side. So there will be a dispute. So that causes delay. These three are the major things that causes delay.
Next question is, how do you use the funds received from government?
There is a plan. Every district has a plan. So I told you, there is a component called short-term planning and
Yes.
long-term planning. So when we know what are the requirements of a district. So if I say in the perspective of Jilla Parishad, so I know what things are required in Ambad, what things are required in Gansavangi, because there is a survey happened. There is already a district planning strategy plan is there. It is called DPSP. Strategic plan bolte isko.
Yes.
So we naturally follow that. Otherwise, sometimes people's representatives, let's say minister, MP, MLA, they recommend. Because sometimes we doesn't know what is the actual requirement people have. So let's say people from Ambad Taluka, they will be demanding ki humko ek rasta chahiye. So naturally they will take it up to the MLA sir. So MLA sir will recommend to us कि ये जो लोगों को ये जरूरती है, so please consider this. So we consider that also. So mostly from recommendations from the people's representatives and from our own district strategic plan we finalize works, and from people's complaints also. Sometimes people also put in request कि हमको ये चाहिए तो.
And your sixth question is, how do you involve people in decision making?
There are multiple stages because in with respect to Jilla Parishad, almost all the works require the permission from the Gram Panchayat. So इसको Gram Panchayat ठराव बोलती है, ठराव, resolution, Gram Panchayat का resolution. So you must be knowing Gram Panchayat has a Gram Sabha.
Yes.
So we take the resolution of Gram Sabha. So we put forward ki, for example, we say there is a 5 lakh rupee for, there is 10 lakh rupee for the construction of an Anganwadi in your Gram Panchayat.
Yeah.
So what is your opinion in that? So they will call a Gram Sabha, then they will say ki this Gram Sabha gives approval to construct an Anganwadi in this area. Okay, that they will designate an area for us कि ये area चाहिए, and they have no objection in constructing this thing. This is one way of involving people. Second way is we always give an option to Gram Panchayat to take up the work. So we are constructing an Anganwadi. Who will construct it? So we tell Gram Panchayat to construct this thing. So this is another way of involving people.
Yes.
So when Gram Panchayat takes the work, who will get the work? The work will be getting to people in that Panchayat itself. No? So there is this MGNREGS component, Mahatma Gandhi, rural employment scheme. So rural employment scheme mein, that Panchayat people has to take up the car. So in that way they are also involved. And another way is Shramdan. We always invite people to do Shramdan for the Panchayat. For example, there is a Swachhata campaign happening in Jalna.
Yes.
So we always invite people to participate on that. So most of the time we involve them in planning, execution and voluntary work. These three things we involve people.
And your 7th question is that how do you handle components or problems represented by people?
There are certain ways to tackle people's problems. Most of the time, problems are simple also. It require only a small intervention. For example, just a phone call is required to solve certain problem. Sometimes just a visit to that particular place will solve the problem. But sometimes problems are huge. So that time we will do proper inquiry. We will take a report and then we will try to convince people कि ऐसे ऐसा हुआ and we took this action. So you have to you please be consoled by this thing. ऐसे हम बोलते. Most of the time people are understanding because there are two ways to solve problems. One to simple solutions and something complex solutions.
And your 8th question is that what new plans do you have for improving city?
Again, that is Madam ka domain, but one thing is we can always, right now the top priority is pollution.
Yes.
So tackling pollution requires two types of intervention. One again short term and long term. So in short term intervention, it is like immediately installing air pollution control devices. You must be knowing emission control.
Yes.
So we are in talk with the industry partners in Jalna. So they agreed to do that also. But in long term, it will be creating a lot of green spaces because emission is not going to reduce. Emission is going to be increased only because we have a lot of vehicles. We are going to have a lot of industries. Industries are required because they give employment to people. So what is the thing about carbon dioxide? We can actually capture carbon dioxide. That is a beautiful thing about carbon dioxide. So planting more trees, creating more green spaces, utilizing maximum urban spaces is the first priority of city administration. And what is the question? Immediate plan. Second will be obviously creating more and more employment opportunities because people are migrating from villages to cities a lot. अभी तो बहुत हो गया है. यहाँ पे Jalna is actually a very increasingly growing city. If you see last 5 years data, it become more and more people are migrating and staying in the city. They are living in the city. So we have to create more employment opportunities to people. That is also a priority of administration. And third is definitely any city administration, they will be improving service delivery component. So solid and liquid waste management is top priority.
Yes.
And 9th question is that how can children and students contribute to city development?
Only they can contribute because kids are the future of our country.
Yes.
So any district, any city should be led by children. That is why we are inviting students for all the programs because you can't teach bigger ones. Adult people, they won't listen. Whatever you say, they will be like हाँ हो जाती है and they will forget it. But students they will think कि why it is happening. So if somebody is saying that you should plant more trees, so what is the first question of the kids? There are already so many trees, then why more? So that is a good thought process. So then somebody can answer ki no trees are enough because enough deforestation is done. So then again children will ask, ठीक है, then why not somewhere else? Why in a city? So then we answer, we need more green spaces in the city itself. So as children keep asking questions, they ask very good questions which will evoke your brain. So kids are our future. So children, they can actually improve in our city in 3 ways. One, to wholehearted participation. They have to do extracurricular activities, not just textbooks. They should learn more about what the city they are residing in. They should know first-hand knowledge of Jalna city, which all rivers are passing through. Where is Jalna's railway station? Where is Jalna's bus station? What is the requirement of a city? So children should read outside the box, outside the teaching. Next thing, they should participate in all activities by the administration. If administration is saying World AIDS Day mein rally kar do, so that only when children come out of their school, then normal people will start thinking कि अच्छा आज ये स्कूल पे नहीं है, ये बाहर को कुछ रैली काट रही है, क्या रीजन है? Then people will think, है ना? Otherwise people will think ये कुछ आंदोलन चल रही है. So only when students go out and they become the flag bearers of certain cause, then it will become a huge impact. And next thing, they becoming good citizens also. Children are a very big part of our society.
My question is that how can children and students contribute to city development?
Only they can contribute because kids are the future of our country. Yes. So any district, any city should be led by children. That is why we are inviting students for all the programs, because you can't teach bigger ones. Adult people, they won't listen. Whatever you say, they will be like हाँ हो जाती है, and they will forget it. But students they will think कि why it is happening. So if somebody is saying that you should plant more trees, so what is the first question of the kids? There are already so many trees, then why more? है ना? So that is a good thought process. So then somebody can answer कि no trees are enough because enough deforestation is done. So then again children will ask, ठीक है, then why not somewhere else? Why in a city? So then we answer, we need more green spaces in the city. Then it will become a huge impact. And next thing, they becoming good citizens also. Children are a very big part of our society. In fact, the very important part. So when somebody threw a plastic, that children must actually flag them. कि ये तो नहीं हो सकती यहाँ पे, है ना? And children should themselves shouldn't throw plastic. When somebody is actually not going through a proper line of road, children should say, no, this is a wrong way of going. And if somebody is not wearing a helmet, then children should say, he is not wearing helmet. Yes. So becoming good citizen is the first thing our children can do, your kids can do for administration.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It was so lovely.
गरम गरम लुसलुशीत हुरडा, मुलांसाठी खेळणी, चुलीवरचं जेवण, ॲडव्हेंचर गेम, निसर्गाचं सानिध्य, ग्राहकांचे स्वागत, दही धपाट्यांचा नाश्ता, एसी नॉन एसी निवास व्यवस्था, बोटिंग, मैदानी खेळ, उंटाची सवारी, वॉटर पार्क, हे सर्व गोकुळ कृषी पर्यटन केंद्रामध्ये, नंदापूर माळाची गणपतीजवळ, जालना.
अंकुर शिक्षण संस्था संचलित किड्स कॅम्ब्रिज इंग्लिश स्कूल, मी स्वतः अलका गव्हाणे, मी एचएम म्हणून इथं या स्कूलमध्ये कार्यरत आहे. आणि आमच्या स्कूलचे काही विद्यार्थिनी ह्या CO मिन्नू मॅडम यांच्या मुलाखतीसाठी गेलेल्या होत्या. आणि विशेष म्हणजे स्कूलच्या विद्यार्थिनी त्यांना नेहमीच आम्ही वेगळ्या वेगळ्या प्रकारचे व्हिजिट ही मुलांना असं दाखवत असतो की जेणेकरून मुलांचा आत्मविश्वास हा वाढायला पाहिजे. आणि विशेष मला काल मॅडम मॅडमकडे ज्यावेळेस विद्यार्थिनी गेल्या आणि त्या बिनधास्तपणे अगदी फ्रेंडली त्यांच्यासोबत त्यांनी चर्चा केली आणि मॅडमनीही इतका छान मुलांना रिस्पॉन्स दिलेला आहे की त्यांच्यामध्ये एवढ्या मोठ्या पर्सनॅलिटी असलेल्या मॅडमला जेव्हा भेटताना त्यांना आनंद तर खूप झालेला आहे, पण जी एक वेगळी भीती होती तीही त्यांची निघून गेलेली आहे. आणि आल्यानंतर आम्ही जेव्हा विद्यार्थ्यांना भेटलो तर त्यावेळेस त्यांचा आनंद हा गगनात मावत नव्हता. मुलांनाही मोटिवेट करण्यासाठी आम्ही नेहमी प्रयत्नशील असतो. थँक्यू.
तुम्ही CEO मॅडमशी भेटलात, त्या एवढ्या मोठ्या पर्सनॅलिटी आहेत, त्यांच्यासोबत बोलताना तुम्हाला काही भीती नाही वाटली का?
नाही, आम्हाला उत्सुकता होती, पण त्यांचं मला बोलणं आणि इंग्लिशची लँग्वेज बोलताना मला खूप आवडलं. आणि त्यांनी आम्हाला ही पण शिकवण दिली की मुलांना कसं कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट करायचं. आणि त्यांनी हे पण सांगितलं, आपण जे रूल फॉलो करतो ते आपल्या मैत्रीण व मित्रांना सांगायचं. जर कोणी झाड तोडत असेल तर मग त्यांना सांगायचं की झाड तोडू नका व वाया घालू नका. ही आम्हाला शिकवण मिळाली.
तुला कसं वाटलं? मी एवढ्या मोठ्या पर्सनॅलिटी समोर बसलेली आहे व त्यांना प्रश्न विचारत आहे. ही ॲक्टिव्हिटी करताना म्हणजे तुझ्या मनात काय विचार होते? तुझ्या डोक्यात असे कोणते प्रश्न होते जे तुला विचारू वाटत होते पण तुझी ही हिंमत नाही झाली विचारायला? ते तू सांग.
मला नक्कीच खूप चांगलं वाटलं. मला कधी कल्पना नव्हती की मी इतक्या मोठ्या पर्सनॅलिटी, इतक्या मोठ्या मॅडम, CEO मॅडम यांना जाऊन प्रश्न विचारेल व त्यांच्यासोबत संवाद करेल. पण माझी इच्छा पूर्ण झाली आणि मी काल त्यांना खूप मोठे प्रश्न विचारले. माझे मनात नक्कीच भीती होती, पण मॅडम इतक्या स्वीट होत्या की माझी भीतीही निघून गेली आणि त्यांच्यासोबत मी त्यांना ॲज अ फ्रेंड म्हणूनच संवाद करून प्रश्न विचारले. प्रश्नांचे सगळे उत्तर त्यांनी खूप चांगले दिले. त्यांनी माझ्या मनात एक प्रश्न पण आला होता की त्या काय चॅलेंजेस फेस करून इथपर्यंत इतक्या मोठ्या पोस्टवर आल्या असेल. हा नक्कीच माझ्या मनात प्रश्न होता, पण माझ्या मनात भीतीही होती, म्हणूनच मला विचारणं झालं नाही. आणि खूप चांगल्या होत्या मॅडम. प्रश्नांचे सगळे उत्तर त्यांनी चांगले दिले आणि त्यांना 1-2 सेकंदाचाही वेळ नसेल लागला, जेणेकरून त्यांनी इतके स्पष्ट आणि राईट उत्तरे दिली. आणि त्यांनी आम्हाला एक सीड्सचं पॅकेट ॲज अ गिफ्ट म्हणून पण दिलं, जेणेकरून आम्ही आमची ही सुरुवात नक्कीच चालू करू की ट्रीज लावणे, झाडं लावणे, झाडांना वाचवणे आणि जर कोणी झाडं कापत असेल किंवा रूल्स फॉलो नसेल करत तर त्यांना थांबवणे. हा प्रयत्न मी नक्कीच करेन. धन्यवाद.